Assalamu alaikum, everybody. This is Joshua Salam.
Naeem Muhammad.
Abdul Malik Ahmed.
But together we are
Native Deen.
And we are back on the scene with Native Deen with this
That's
podcast.
Back on the scene. M-U-S-L-I-M. Back on the scene. The number one dean. I'm back on the scene. Back on the scene. Back. Back on the scene with Native Deen.
And these wonderful brothers, mashallah. How y'all doing, man?
Alhamdulillah. Still waking up a little bit, but I'm good. How about y'all?
Alhamdulillah. I'm doing good. How are you doing, though?
Well, I'm not going to say, well, okay, I guess I should say alhamdulillah. But it's that alhamdulillah that just, we got to do something about the alhamdulillah, man. You know, it's
We could do something about alhamdulillah.
we got to do something. maybe
Okay.
maybe it didn't come out right. But the issue is,
Normally people say we got to do something about inshallah, but let's hear about alhamdulillah, what we got to do about it.
I think people hide behind that with pain and suffering, and because you know a believer always says alhamdulillah. So you could ask somebody, you know, how's it going? Alhamdulillah. But you got to pay attention to the body language, because it could be alhamdulillah, somebody just died in my family and I don't have a place to stay, or it could be alhamdulillah, like we just got married and you know, like it's hard to really gauge how a person's doing with alhamdulillah.
I mean, you can get them to. I mean, you can probe deeper and be like, you know, so what's the latest going on? And if after he says alhamdulillah, he's like, yeah, you know, I just lost my job, you know, or and sometimes also the intonation that people
It's
use.
the intonation,
like,
the body language, intonation.
Alhamdulillah. Or high pitch. Alhamdulillah.
What's that one mean?
Anytime somebody's telling you something high pitched, for me, is like, I mean, maybe they're not telling you their truth. You know, like, what'd you think of this food? I mean, it was all right. I mean, if you like the burnt. That's if you go for burnt.
Yeah.
Shout out for people like burnt food. I mean,
Yeah. So alhamdulillah and inshallah are two terms that you gotta, you know, they say communication is about 80% body language or something like that, maybe more. You got to pay attention to the body language on those two words.
So what did you read from mine one?
We should talk after the show.
Okay.
No, but for real. So for everybody out there, inshallah, mashallah, pay attention to those things. I wasn't even going to talk about that, but you know, I just wanted to say that because you said alhamdulillah and he said alhamdulillah, and then I'll say alhamdulillah. What do people get from that? Like,
What they get from that?
yeah.
Like,
What do you know?
I mean, well, one, hopefully they know we're starting from a good place.
Okay.
You know, all praises to Allah. That's where
Okay.
we start. And then you can get into, I mean, you know, get into your situation, you know. Alhamdulillah, right now, you know, work is hectic, you know. There's so much happening around the world and so many responsibilities, you know. But
Work is hectic. What do you do?
currently, let's see if I still have it by the time this airs.
Oh my God.
See,
Should we edit that out?
No.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. That's how you got it, you know.
Oh my goodness.
No, but alhamdulillah. I'm
There we go.
no, but I mean at the same time, I'm real, but I'm a development director for America's largest Islamic charity, Islamic Relief. Alhamdulillah. And that is alhamdulillah. It's been a blessing in my life. You know, can't lie. It's fed my kids. I mean, I've been there. This is my second time there. I was there for like 9 years, and I was like 2002, 2003 to 2011, and then or 8 years, whatever. And then I left. I worked. You know, I was working in England a little bit, or back and forth between here and England. And then I came back in 2015 and played so many different roles there, from, I mean, fundraising to U.S. programs. I've done some emergency response work. I worked in a marketing team with our social media, and now I'm back with the fundraising team. It's one of the largest teams. It is the largest team for the organization. A lot of people, but I work with a great
It should
group,
be, right?
group
It's
of
the
people.
fundraising, Islamic relief.
Well, I mean, it should, but I mean,
got to help a lot of people around.
You got to help a lot of people in the America's vast, so you got to get to communities everywhere. But alhamdulillah, I mean, but again, I always tell people it's not a job, it's a lifestyle. You know, we watch the news differently. You know,
that's how you know you've been working for Islamic Relief for like what 25 years. How long has it been? 20 years. Yeah. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle. Join Islamic Relief. You know?
Well, no, I tell people that when they get, you know, because not just IR, but especially when I tell young people, like right now we're onboarding a lot of young people these days because, I mean, like the level, especially in fundraising, when we first started those early days, all of us were married and got kids and stuff like that, and it comes with the level of travel and activism we know. Even as a band, I imagine I'm doing Islamic Relief and the band too. You're on the road a lot, so it comes at like
it's
a sacrifice, and the family takes a hit too. But with young, so now you get maybe the fundraisers. Now you're trying to get these young guys and young sisters as well, who are first starting out in their career. They got a lot of extra time. They want to see the world. They want to travel, different things like that.
I'm laughing, but it sounds a little.
You gonna say something weird? Just say alhamdulillah.
Just because you say like, you know, it's very difficult. It's a sacrifice. Nobody should do this. So we're looking for young people to fill these positions.
No, I'm saying not everybody should do this, but it comes with, and this is not supposed to be the IR show, but unless they want to sponsor.
Don't worry, we coming to Mr. Abdul Malik after this.
No, but like young people who maybe not tied down, maybe not married just yet, or looking to eventually, they can travel. They could, you know, they want to see the world. Take them to. Take them out and about. But then again, there's another generation though. Like, you know, when these kids talk about, and I'm in it with my kids too. Like when they in the interview, they start to talk about work-life balance. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, to be honest.
Think about your words carefully.
I start
broadcasting out on America. What you got to say about work-life balance?
No,
that's a bunch of.
No. I'm saying, at a certain age, yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes, 100%.
No. Come on, Abdul Malik, back me up here.
At a certain age,
balance is a concept in Islam that should always be there.
Yeah, but what balance looks like at one,
I don't know if I can. I mean, okay.
Oh my God.
What balance looks like in one part of your life versus another part is something else. Yes, 100%.
Okay, time out. So, what balance looks like in one part of your life.
Well,
imagine if you go ahead.
You know, let me say something on that because I actually spoke with a young person. A couple of days ago, actually, who works for a, what do you call it, a charity, which I won't name, but I asked him how.
We'll bleep out mine when we get to it.
I asked him, how's it going? And he's like, you know, it's not good. I mean.
Wait, did he say it?
No, he said it sucks.
Alhamdulillah.
That's what he said. It sucks. But, okay, and then I asked him why. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, you know, like they expect the world from me, you know, like I got hired for a very specific thing and now I'm doing this and that. And they keep putting stuff on me. And, you know, they always be like, oh, this is feasibility, you know, it's you know.
Yeah,
and
be
this
careful.
And this is and he's like, I'm getting burnt out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're giving me stuff that I'm not supposed to do.
Not in their job scope.
Not in my job scope. I'm supposed to be doing this thing, and they're making me doing the other thing. And I was on the other side saying,
No, that's not true. No. I don't need that.
No, you don't need that. That's right. You don't need that.
No. I mean,
you need the opposite guy.
I mean,
who embraces it all.
Yeah. To be honest, no. No, I think people should be in their scope, and that's the blessing.
And that scope says, and other duties as
exactly.
It is in there, brother.
But because we're in a space where we have a lot more systems and different things. But if you're talking about, he's probably working with like a new charity, something that's just kind of starting out. When you work in a new charity, like even when I left IR and I went to a smaller charity,
You do it all.
You doing everything. There's no like, I remember some guy, I met one of my friends, he left a big charity too, and he was like, yeah, you left, and then you're like, who's gonna process this receipt? You are. You say, who's gonna make that flyer I need for the event? You are. Who's gonna, so you're
the trash wasn't empty last night.
You are. Exactly. So I mean, it's certain things are like that. My biggest thing though, one, I don't want anybody to be completely burnt out and no martyrs for any causes. We don't need that.
Yeah, martyrs are at the highest level.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying there's nobody needs to be like they're making this, their family hurts because, or they're like, I can remember early days we used to talk about, the guy was working so hard in Ramadan that he ended up or not just he, but how many people ended up in emergency rooms? How many people ended up taking painkillers to get through the month because they're grinding? And even that's what the culture we talk about now, the grind culture. But I'm saying I'm past.
So even you have your limits.
I have my limits, okay. But I'm saying young people at a certain age, if you're going to build something that's going to last, if you're going to build something that is going to stand the test of time, or even like, and invest in something. I'm always pushing my son with this. Like, I'm saying, I don't even care what it is. Master something. Just become a master of a thing.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
Dad, we can win millions of dollars if I get good enough at this. They got some competitions in LA.
He's probably already done that. So that's past after the games.
Okay.
But yeah, like anything that was built, somebody had to put like serious amount of time into it to get it to the point where it is to be successful, or to really be something that stood the test of time. And I think that's like lost on a lot of young people because, work-life balance for sure. When you start to talk about, now you got kids, you got a wife, you got bills and different things like this, and now you got to be like, look, I need to be in a different role at a certain age because more is needed of me in a certain place. And then later on, I think there's like this point in your life where you're in that kind of middle age between like 30 to like 45 or maybe 50. That's where the balance really needs to be in the place, because your kids are now growing up. You got a family, you got aging parents, different things like that. You start to need to have more time for other things than just grinding or just that job. And then, but when you get later, maybe past 50, into your 60s or something like that, then I think, I mean, it's like,
what do you want to hear when you're saying, when people start saying, "Oh, I need that work-life balance"? What would be the best phrase that you hear? I want to grind.
No.
I want to work hard, man. I want no sleep, man. I want to do 100%.
100%. That's it.
Just 100%.
We need 150.
I am going to get so much trouble for this podcast.
Wait, that's what I want to say before you respond.
Yeah.
I think people need to know at this point, we're not talking about
any particular.
We're not talking about.
But me as
an unknown,
just a hiring person.
We're just talking about culture.
Employer, yeah.
All right, so I just want to make that clear. This is not about.
It's not about what anymore. I do.
Yeah.
But at least what I would like to hear. No, I'm saying it's just not me as this employer.
But what I would like to hear.
No. I'm saying not as me in the role that I play, but me as if I'm just hiring manager.
Right.
Me as a hiring manager. Like I don't like sometimes like no.
You want to hear everything he just said?
No.
Put it all out there.
No. I'm not saying. I want to hear.
You left to have to anybody else. I work 3 times harder than anybody.
No, I want to hear that people they're looking forward to building a career.
Yeah.
They're looking forward to increasing their skills. They're looking forward to seeing how they can how they can be successful in this role and what that looks like. When we have that conversation, maybe the response to those things. Those are the things I'm looking for. I'm looking for, oftentimes, in the roles, especially the church, you're looking for like people who have network, people who understand the community, they understand the subject or whatever that you're hiring for, and they also understand the community that they're going to be working in as well. So no, but if someone starts out first, like if they start out with like the balanced conversation before they're telling me that they're going to put the effort, that they have the expertise, that they understand the playing field, that they're here to make a difference here.
Done. Next.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, no, because then I'm like, okay, you put me in a different space. You didn't put me in a, you put me in a, like,
work-life balance. Okay, well, don't trip on your way out.
You want balance?
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, this is gonna be ugly. No, dude, I'm just
your way out of this parking lot.
No, I'm just saying.
Too many people in this room right now.
No. But again, I think, like I said, balance looks different in certain parts of your life. Like,
but everybody's different.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I understand. When it comes to there's people like I have employees for my martial arts stuff, and some of them they're in the middle of school, right? And so they have to balance. You have to understand that they're students also, right?
Yeah.
And so they got homework and they have that type of thing, and then some of them also are working other jobs, right? But I agree with Naeem in a sense that you want a certain level of dedication towards your at least when you're there, that's you're not worrying about your next job or your homework, or you focusing on that task at hand and putting 100% while you're there. Okay.
I think part of the problem, though, if we not just like where, but Muslim. And I don't know if it's. I wonder if it's like this in the Christian community or other, people, other faiths, when it comes to something that's connected to their faith, especially since it's like, I mean, your faith is like a lot of like everything that you're doing. Like when people, because someone else told me that they said like, the guy was telling me, he's like, yo, I used to work at Procter & Gamble, and I will go in. It's like that movie that show Severance. That's a great. We could talk about that. But he said, I go into work, clock in. I'm doing everything. I'm on the job. I'm putting in my time. I'm doing my work, turn stuff in. He said, and then at 6 p.m. I clock out. I don't think about that place when I leave. But in the Muslim context, I feel if you work in any Muslim thing. Yeah. It's with you. Yeah. It's with you the whole time. You like what's clock out? What's clock out for imam? What's clock out for the masjid administrator? What's clock out for? I mean, the only ones I might think maybe the. I mean,
what you mean you're not at work right now? I mean,
well, okay.
Can you still pick it up?
There's a difference because as a business owner, I understand that you never clock out.
Okay.
But
wait. Say that again.
As a business owner, you're always thinking your mind.
You talking about you?
Yeah.
No, any business owner. I'm not.
I'm saying you as a business owner, but not like I expect my people. You're just talking about me
as
the
business
owner, the person who owns the business. You're always thinking about how can I increase revenue? How can I make things better? How can I make the service better? Right. Yeah. Even after you're while you're lying in bed trying to sleep. Right. And I could
or you just worry about like, yo, are we gonna make enough revenue to keep the place open?
Right.
So yeah, I get that. I'm with
but for an Islamic charity,
not just a charity, I'm saying Islamic school, charity.
Well, charity is different because a lot of them you're dealing
with
poor. You're dealing with people who are underserved people in the community, or there's a word that you call it, people in need. Isn't there a PC word to say for people?
I mean, people in need. That's
people
good.
in need, underserved people in the community.
Yeah, those are good.
You don't, and obviously, you have to. I mean, I hope that I would still think about people beyond the close of the business. People, the larger family, I guess that you could say.
Yeah, but I don't think that's just a humanitarian work. But I mean, humanitarian work, yeah, in one sense, I wonder. I think what the person who works at like, I don't know, like I just feel like when it's connected to your community in the sense, like you're with it. I think of someone like Rami Nashashibi. He's the head of like Inner City Muslim Action Network. Not only like, well, for him, like his programming is for Southside Chicago, and like, I mean, his house is right there. I've said that, and one time I was writing about him for a grant thing. I said like he's wedded himself and his family to the cause, because he doesn't like say I'm serving Southside of Chicago, but I'm way out in the suburbs living my good life in my like suburban mansion or whatever that he could afford. But no, he's in it with them day in and day out. So there's one thing like that, but I do think like, I don't know, there's when you're working for community work, unfortunately, there's not a lot of turn off. You know, you're on vacation checking email, and maybe that's even like the grind culture we have now. You're on your vacation checking email, or some people's like, I know people who be like, when they're off, they can do their work without any scheduled meetings, you know, and stuff like that. And that's where I feel like it becomes like, that's some of the toxicity, even for the young person, same young person first starting out. I don't think that should be there every day. Like, I'm just saying, like, I think the effort you put in at a younger age, starting out in any profession, in any, you're putting in way more effort than you would probably expect at the beginning of your career to establish yourself, to create a foundation of work to stand on.
I'm gonna jump in here a little bit with an analogy, because what I think the issue is to achieve greatness.
True.
Often you have to make sacrifices,
yes.
Right? If you want to be the next, on the political side, if you want to be the next Al-Hajj Malik and Shabazz Malcolm X, if you want to be the next Fannie Lou Hamer or you know, whoever it is, or if you want to be the next Kobe Bryant or LeBron James,
right,
you got to put in the work, right? And you see these guys, even when they're good, the great ones are consistent. They get up, they do this. So I based on what you guys are saying, I'm reflecting on the what I've learned between Kobe and Shaq, right?
Okay.
Kobe was almost crazy in how he was training and trying to get better. From his diet to his workouts to everything, he was chasing Michael. He wanted to be the best, right? And he would get so frustrated with Shaquille O'Neal, because Shaquille O'Neal was already great, but he was fine with where he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to go that. So his diet wasn't whatever. He was getting big. He was like, wasn't practicing like Kobe. And Kobe, they would talk about in interviews, he was like, that would really upset me, because he was like, if that guy would put in the work, we could be winning all these championships, this and that. And Shaquille was like, no, I'm good, you know, whatever, this is good enough.
Yeah.
And how do you respect somebody who just wants to be okay when you want to be great? I want my organization to be great. I want this, my martial arts thing to be great. And I'm trying to get people that have, you know, got that energy that I got. How does that person be okay? They have to, I don't know, have some balance, but you got to be able to kind of like, no, I don't even want to say you got to be able, but there are people in the world that just want to, I want to help, I want to do good work, but to this level, I don't want to be.
Yeah, not everybody needs to be, not everybody be the superhero, the super, like, no, but I would say one thing as a hiring manager or whatever, or as a person who like manages people, I know we need, I'm not like trying to hire a bunch of robots or just like everybody, if you don't meet this, you know, I think you need like a mix of different personalities and cultures on the team for it all to work. If everybody's just like crazy kind of what they call goal diggers or whatever, they, you know, like they're always grinding, always, and everybody's just coming like goal GOAL. If they're always like you're like, whoa. You know, no one wants to be around it. They would love, like, it's good to see what you're doing, I love, but no, I'm not going to go run with you, Kobe, in the morning like that. That's just not for me. I think that's why I think you need a mix
Kobe's
of
like,
people.
well, I'm trying to win championships, and the other guy's like, well, I'm just trying to play basketball, make a living for my family. I'm cool. I don't need to make all those championships. Well, get off the team. So you create that culture where you bring. And Michael Jordan. Okay, if you watch the documentary about Michael Jordan, he was ruthless. Apparently, no. I mean, Michael, if I see you on the streets, we good. Invite me over sometime.
He might be in tears.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But he was ruthless about like, look, I'm trying to be the best team ever. If you're going to be in this team, I'm going to treat you so bad because it's going to get that bad when we get into the championships, whatever. And, okay, they created a culture of championships, but there's a lot of people that really were traumatized along the way.
Yeah.
And a lot of it comes at a cost,
Yeah.
I was actually,
and you got to pay that cost.
I experienced that, not myself, but I when I was training in a martial art, I won't be specific, I saw one of the younger students who he was training to become a world champion, right? For a particular championship, right? And he was like, he treated the person really terribly, right? And like just yelling at him and putting him through all this stuff. And he explained it in class once. He was like, I know it looks but this is the pressure that you need to be able to maintain in order to
makes diamonds.
Right, in order to be a champion. If you can't go through me yelling at you a little bit. But I don't know if that is, if you look at the example of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had a stellar team. But you didn't see him putting that kind of mental pressure on, you have to be here. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe am I right?
I hear that because you say this because what's funny is there's a movie that I really like, and I got all these artists in my Whiplash, the movie Whiplash, and maybe it's all me too, because I did grow up with those people. Like, I won't name their names. And people I love now, and especially ones passed on, may Allah be pleased with him and Allah give them the best. But I grew up with people who just be like, enough is not enough, like just kind of like, so, and that they didn't even talk about that, the Gen Xers, like that's like our issue was like, what, all you guys been coddled, we were left to fend for ourselves. Our family wasn't like hanging out with us and see how we felt and our feelings. They didn't check into our feelings. They were like latchkey kids who like let themselves in the door when they came home and cooked their own dinner and put themselves to sleep, and then went to school the next morning. Maybe they saw their mom on their way out because that's what they had to do. I'm like my kids, and I go back and forth with my kids on especially that movie. They're like, no, that's not right. He didn't have to do that in order for him to become like the great drummer and that kind of thing.
That was bleeding.
Yeah,
fingers was bleeding.
He had a car accident, and then he still showed up to like to perform. I'm definitely no. I think though, what I'd like to see though is that I think a good coach, good manager, good boss, if he can get excellence out of that person, what their excellence is, and make sure they're the right fit. I mean, because that's different. That's one thing. Like the way you show up and be excellent is going to be different than the way I show up and be excellent. But the manager who can get you the best out of you and the best out of me with the coaching and the reminders and then the critiques when needed and straight talk when needed, I think that's great. I don't think you have to abuse someone. Like, that's definitely not in my culture when I'm.
That's a whole nother episode on discipline.
Yeah.
How do you discipline these young kids?
Okay, having said that,
we'll say that for later.
No, because even I was going to send you a video yesterday because I saw like I was going to send you a video because I saw like this martial arts guy was like, and he was like, he had one of his students. They had one video. I was like, man, this is really soft what he had these kids doing. I was like, I'm going to send this to Abdul Malik, but I was like, no, let me not do that.
I mean, well, there you go. So that's another thing. Like, to train in order to get to a point where you want to be at, to be a champion, you do have to struggle, right? And I think that is not understood by a lot of the generation today. Like the idea of, actually feeling a sense of pain, and maybe not physical pain, but in order to make yourself better. They say no pain, no gain, right? And a lot of times you do need a coach to push you.
Version that says no pain, alhamdulillah.
Oh my God.
That goes back to what we were talking about earlier. I got you. But yeah, if you push, but basically, I think you shouldn't. There's no abuse, but you need somebody to push you.
Yeah, it's discomfort. I mean, everything. There's going to be you can't. Yeah, I don't know. It is a balance.
Levels.
It is a balance.
I got a lot of analogies, but so in the military, you have this thing, special forces, right?
Okay.
And going in that it's going to be impossible to make it, right? The best of the best of the best make it, and you know that they're going to push you to crazy things, and so you're trying out. They're spraying you with cold water. First of all, you try it because I tried out. Right? I didn't make it. Right?
Okay.
I didn't make it because I couldn't.
Joshua Salam didn't make it.
Yeah.
Maybe because you couldn't what? Because you couldn't
swim.
Oh,
I couldn't swim that well.
Oh man, black man. We supposed to work on this as a community. We have Olympians now. It was before them, right? This was before the
1995.
Okay, yeah, we didn't see us in the
pools in our community. That's the thing.
I couldn't swim that well.
Okay.
You want me to take a tangent and tell you about the swim?
No, yeah. I want to hear. I didn't know you.
Go about the. Because I know this story.
I don't know this story.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I think they would have taken me if I was crazy enough. Because anyway, I got to tell you now. I've spent too much time on it. So we line up. It was so tight you couldn't even stand like in a regular prayer line. You know how like when you're praying you have to turn to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
So we had to turn to the side because we were so tight at the edge of the swimming pool.
Okay.
Right? It was that many people trying to, and they start with the swim. The running, the sit-ups, all that stuff was later.
You would have killed that.
I would have killed that. At that point in time, I can't kill it now. But at that point in time, I was pretty good.
I'm ready.
100 push-ups straight. I was good. I was the fastest, the long-distance runner. I was everything. So I'm like, okay, all right, let's do that. I can swim. Yeah, I can swim. I can stay afloat. And he said, go, get in the pool. People, everybody's jumping in like fish. I never dived straight into the pool, so I just got in,
This is how they keep out.
Wow. Okay.
I understand now. I understand it now. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't know how to dive into the pool, so I just jumped in. Then I started swimming, right? So I'm swimming, and I don't swim.
Like, Salam, what are you doing?
It wasn't Salam at that time. It was Bert. But I couldn't then, and I barely can do it now. Swim with just like my face in the pool without goggles, right? So every hand, my head,
oh no, like this, right? Lord, I know that stroke.
Okay.
So before I even, and the thing was, you had to go down, back 1, down, back 2, and you had to get to 50, right?
50 laps. I mean, back and forth.
Back and forth.
Wow.
Because down and back was 1. And you had to do 50.
It was like Olympic style pool, probably.
I don't remember the size of it, but it felt long at that point in time. So I'm going down, and before I even get to the other side, a bunch of people come back, and I'm already like this, right? And you start at the where you can walk, like your feet can touch, but then by the time you get towards it's deep. So now I'm like scared. I gotta get out of the way of these people because they don't care. They just coming through. And I'm like, water's in your mouth and everything. So I made it to the end. Then I swim back, and again they coming back the other way. So I made 1. I'm going back for 2.
I'm just seeing this.
I'm going back for number 2. And look, I'm still doing this, but my feet are walking on the bottom of the pool. I ain't even swimming.
My God.
I was just like, and then when I couldn't, I couldn't touch the bottom anymore. I was like, I'm about to drown out here, man. So I was just like, let me go get out. I was the first one out of the pool.
Oh man.
So I get out of the pool. I'm exhausted. I'm over there like panting, but I was in shape. I was cut. So this white. So I was in the Air Force, so it wasn't Navy SEALs. I think they called it Air Combat Command or something like that. So this big white guy, muscular guy, comes over to me, looks me up and down, says, sure you don't want to get back in that pool? And see, now, 30 years later, I knew what he wanted. He wanted me to go, yes, sir. Ah! Just jump in there and drown. And then be like, yeah, we'll take that one, right? That guy is ready to risk it all. He crazy. He don't care.
Yeah.
But I was like, I looked at that water. I was like, no, I'm good, sir. I'm good. I ain't going back in that pool. And so, yeah. I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah,
yeah. So
why don't you try again after that's it?
That's it.
They don't ever let you try again?
Maybe.
Oh, you mean like in future? Oh,
he was done with it.
Oh, he was done.
I was done.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
And actually, I promised the community, I think we should have a whole podcast on just Muslims in the military and the
drama.
I don't know if it's drama, but the debate about it, if it's good, if it's bad, should we not do it, things like that. I keep getting it everywhere I go, and on this trip I just went, I hear it all the time. So can we just put it out there that we'll have a whole podcast on that?
Okay. I'm a military family, but I have my
yeah, but you also like
I have my
anti-police.
Issues. I have my issues.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm anti-police brutality.
Well,
and
I'm
anti-military.
I'm pro-discipline. That's what I'm about.
Wow.
I'm pro-structure.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, we'll talk about that.
Oh
later.
wow. Okay, cool. Let's go.
I touched on the nerve. So in let's say the Navy SEALs, they call it BUD. I forget what BUD stands for, but you trying out. You're in there. They on the beach. They are giving you hell. I mean, you don't get to sleep for days. They pouring like freezing cold water on you. You're going till exhaustion. Most people like, I give up. I'm out. They're like, okay, okay, you can get out.
There's also, I mean, we're talking about Islam. There's also, there's Islamic kind of story about that's somewhat like this too. Remember when they were going? Who was it? It was when they were going to face Jalut, right? They were going, They were like,
I like that story.
When we get to the river, hey guys,
don't drink.
But if you have to drink, just one cup, and then they went. Discipline. So they're going through a whole thing to be like to weed out all the people who are going.
We don't need you.
Yeah, and not that they evil people, not that they like
You're just not ready for this mission.
You can't come with us.
Right.
This is for a certain. So they put you through.
Get back with the nurses that they'll treat us when we come back wounded. You can work with them.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. That's not part of the story, but I'm just saying.
Shout out to nurses.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's not combat.
Yeah. He's like he was working KP. They were like frying up some kebabs in the back.
And it's
so when y'all get back, we got you.
You gonna go fishing in the river. Get some fish.
You need that though.
Yeah,
you need that.
Everybody can play a role.
I need a hot meal for these
soldiers.
Thank you.
Everybody can play a role.
And I want to give a shout out to female soldiers too, because there was this woman at the time of the Prophet. She was. I hope they make a movie about it. Maybe we should. Yeah. Bruh, that sister was. She was legit. So I so I'm not saying nurse. There's male nurses too.
Yes.
Right? So anyway, yes. If you can't do it, well, and they be encouraging it too. Would you like to quit? Would you like to? Is this too hard? You can stop anytime. And they just be saying that the whole time, right? So some people quit and like these guys are crazy. Like I don't know what's right. And then the ones that are left, like just like that story that you said, we're gonna have the Davids, the Daouds of this group, the people that young, strong, no fear. They're willing to go straight up against
Goliath,
right? Mm-hmm. That's who we want. And they have extra layers. Oh, you dropped out of Special Force? Well, there's this other thing that you can get into. Mm-hmm. I got into that. In the Air Force, it was called Contending Warriors. We just trained all the day, shot, ran, competition, flew to a different city in the South.
If the A team needs some subs, be like, hey, Josh, what you doing this weekend?
We need brave cooks. All right, I'll be out there. I can cook while the bullets are flying. I'm serious.
Oh my God.
So in that, I think we can create some type of layers to this work, right?
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
No, 100%, 100%.
Is that what you want?
100%.
Oh, we have something for people like you.
Yeah.
But if you're not trying to live this unbalanced life, oh, that's okay. we have this.
Yeah, we'll pay you.
No, I think
layers.
I think there's a space for.
I had to say all of that to make that point. I'm sorry.
No, that was good. Plus, I didn't know about the special forces thing. That was great. But and I had like not special forces, but Boy Scouts, a very similar experience.
Really?
Yeah,
that must have been like the Wallace Scouts or something.
No. I was actually Sea Explorer, but they had like a thing where, I mean, I could swim, but I just couldn't do distance. I wasn't doing this. No. That's
why you gotta make fun of it?
That was you.
It worked.
I mean, I knew how to do strokes. I could do like a butterfly. I could do side stroke. I just distance was my problem. And they were like, you can't go to the deep side of the pool unless you can do this. And I got down. I went up. And I think on the back end, it was an Olympic sized pool. On the back end, I could only do like half, and I got out. And then another time, I did it again.
You was going to the side of the pool.
Yeah, I was doing everything. I was like doing this and on the back. They said they don't care what stroke you use. As long as you can do this, I would think it was like 4 times. Then you can be in 10 feet. I was like, at home, I'm in 10 feet the whole time. I could tread water for like 2-3 minutes, whatever. I'm not going to drown. Just I can't. I'm not going to swim the distance, but yeah, that's what that reminded me.
Hey, why
of that.
don't we train and do like a mini triathlon, Native Deen mini triathlon? Swim for like a half.
Maybe we split it. Maybe we do one. Somebody does swim. No, yeah. I know. Maybe I'll do the bike. When y'all do, you can do swim.
I'm not a swimmer. I'm not a good
swimmer.
Okay. I learned how to swim in college, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had to teach myself.
When you were drowning?
No. I mean, like, I was like, okay, how am I, 18, 19 years old, I don't know how to swim, right? And so, they had a pool at the college, and I would go there on a regular basis. And finally,
my son's
and I'm not a good swimmer.
It was a requirement. It was a class that you had to take.
Yeah, our Islamic school
all my sisters learned how to swim before me because my parents were like, you got to make sure that the girls can learn how to swim. Yeah, because then they don't have hijab issues and stuff. But I think it's something.
But back to my thing is about I'm very much, and you can ask my team. I'm very much like I want us all to participate and find spaces for people. I'm very much into that, and to hear the minority opinion and voice. I because I don't know, probably because I felt that way at some point where like maybe I wasn't one of the Delta Force, one of those like special forces guy, but I think I had something that could contribute to the team. And maybe at times I needed that manager or that person, that coach, that teacher, whatever, that'd be like, Naeem, let's get you in there. So I've always felt like, one, like you said, we need to have varying levels. Not everybody is going to be, the first, like the first 5 on the court. You might be a sub, you might be a sub, you might be whatever it is. So, but we can find a space for you. Yeah, exactly. But I just, again, I think like you were saying before, but still, if you want to see some growth with something, if you want to see this thing go the distance, sometimes it takes longer. Like I would say, even like what we've done as a band. I would say we weren't always like the most practiced, the most polished, and all different things like this. But we've gone the distance. We've maintained certain things within us to be able to keep continuing on. I mean, whatever the level. I think definitely if we had the sole focus, I think that focus we were talking about before, where we weren't doing anything or other things that we weren't, we didn't have a bunch of kids and a bunch of different things like that early, and started early, and that was the only thing we're doing. Maybe we would have peaked or gotten a little farther or done a little bit more. But we did stay at least consistent and put a decent effort into what we've done as a band. And that's, like I said, that's what I'm looking for, people who are like, I'm here to put in some work. I'm here to create. I'm here to make a difference and bring my best and bring my excellence to the team. Like, and again, because I think everyone's excellence looks very different. There may be a standard that you have for a role or position, whatever, that people have to meet. But I think there's certain I think there's like people's personalities and whatever, they may approach them in different ways. Their excellent may look different than your own. So
I got some more on another analogy, but let me check one out, Molly. Did you want to add to that?
No, I mean I agree. There should be different levels. Of you have the hardcore person, but there should be enough of a push to make an excitement. I think we can always blame the person. It's also the institution, right? If the institution isn't providing that excitement, that push that makes people want to do it, right? And this is one of the things, for example,
it's not nurturing.
Right. And that's why one of the things that I encourage my students, like we try to do competitions, right? Mm-hmm. Because that gives them a goal. All right, look, we're going to go. We have to fight these people from overseas. We have to challenge ourselves. We got to train, right? Mm-hmm. But if I expect people to just, have that old self-motivation all the time, it's not going to work, It's not going to work. It will work for some people who are self-motivated, like Kobe. But I'm sure Shaq, when the training needed, when he, maybe he's like, okay, I'm going to need to work on my free throws a little bit more, because it comes down to, I don't know.
But that was always the problem with that dude.
But maybe he's like, okay, if it keeps coming now there's a reason. You need a reason to push. It can't always come.
Even with him, I still want to give my analogies.
Okay.
But when he was that good, and he was just naturally different, right? So it's like, I'm Shaquille O'Neal. I'm 7'1", and nobody can stop me. Even if I wake up, don't stretch, and had McDonald's last night.
He's already at the hoop. He's at the hoop. All I do is stretch, and we're there.
And can't nobody stop me.
Yeah.
So what? And it's less motivation to push yourself.
But I'm saying that's why you need a good coach. That's why, like I said, that manager, that coach, that teacher who can get into that person's head. Like, you're here, but for yourself, you only want to give this, but your team needs more of you. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? Right. Like, are you letting your team down?
I just want to play basketball, coach. I'll give you 15 to 20 points every night. Isn't that what you need? I mean, that's good. I mean, most of the guys aren't even doing that. I just want to do that.
He might put that guy on the bench then. Especially if he might put that guy on the bench. Like that's why the difference, like, I mean, sometimes, like, we were just talking,
that's when I ain't the coach. Well, yeah, that's what you want to give me? I got a warm seat over here for you.
No,
actually, I need a seat that needs warming.
I mean, it depends. Sometimes you need talent. Sometimes you need the person who has that effort. Like, and if you have a person that has both of those in that kind of like Kobe world where he has talent and effort, then it's like amazing.
So here's the diversity. This is going to be nice, I think, for the situation that America is going through right now. I'm gonna give you 3 things about. Both of y'all gave me a look.
Okay,
yeah.
What's going on?
Why you take off your glasses?
It's always like, which thing is going to get us canceled first? But go for it. Let's go.
If we get canceled, it will probably be because of me. No, I'm just saying, like, we kind of all know that. No, Naeem?
It could definitely be me.
Yeah, okay, all right, good. I feel good about that.
Hot takes Muhammad.
So there's a story from the Battle of the Trench. I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember there's a guy that came up to the prophet and he's like, "Look, I'm not a fighter. That's not what I do. But I can do this other thing. Like, I can go over there and spread some rumors, get them right. And all your tough guys, they can't do that. I can do that, right? This is diversity, and you need that, right? So part of the good coach is just having the vision of, I need all different kind of people on my team. I don't need everybody to be like, I can do it all. I want to give my life for it. You need some lazy people. I'm gonna tell you why you need some lazy people. At least one.
You need a lazy person.
You need a lazy person because lazy people will find the most efficient way to do something.
I hear that.
They'll be like, why y'all doing all that?
We can just do this.
We can just do this, and we didn't have to do that. Right? That's a mindset that you need, right?
Yeah.
You need that. Now, I don't need a lot of them.
If you get too many.
You get too many, right? But I need some balance. And it's going to frustrate the rest of my team of, why are you keeping this lazy guy on a thing. Like, and they're not gonna agree with my mindset. Like, I need that mindset. You guys don't think like this lazy person, right? And he don't think like you. And I see us as like the A team. Your face is so red.
I mean,
but it's like the A team, right? Mr. T did not like to fly, right?
Yeah.
And that was always a problem. For those who don't know, the A team is, it's an 80s show. Go back and watch it. You had the guy with the cigar. I love it when the plans come together. He's like the master planner. You had the crazy guy. You can never knew what he was going to do. And a lot of times he gets you in trouble.
Yeah.
But it was a mindset that, he's like impromptu. He can do, like, you need a little bit of everything to make a team work. And sometimes I think, man, and it's hard to manage that. And so I give a shout out to Phil, whoever was Michael Jordan's coach. What was his name?
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson, because he was able to manage. What's the crazy guy with the makeup? I'm sorry,
Rodman.
not crazy. The different guy with the makeup. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman. So Dennis
and
Rodman.
I'm not even a sports guy, but that's cool.
All right, cool. But you know Dennis Rodman. Everybody should know Dennis Rodman. I mean, that's not what I meant to say. But Dennis Rodman just left. He's like, I'm gonna take a vacation. And Michael Jordan, the star, the guy who all this, his image is on the sneakers. He was like, vacation? I ain't taking a vacation. How's this guy get to take a vacation?
Yeah.
And Phil Jackson was like, let's just give him some time. Because he came back, and Michael Jordan talks about when he came back. Off vacation, was drinking, was partying, doing all this stuff. When he came back, he said he was still the most fit. Like he said, when they were running around the gym, they had to try to keep up with Dennis Rodman, and he still gave you 20 rebounds. And it's just like, this guy's different. And how do we manage this and keep him kind of like with all his antics and, technicals and things like that, he can do something that nobody else can do. I got to kind of manage this thing and allow some things different from him without frustrating the rest of my team to see, like, why is he getting at it? You got to have structure. You got to have discipline, So it's some complicated management.
Is that why it's so hard to find a manager for us?
Wow. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
We have Josh going off to China, taking vacations.
And I go MIA.
Oh
yeah.
My goodness. I didn't see that coming, but that is so true. That's probably.
We all have different.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's why we're now self-managed, right? Because uncontrolled, unserious.
There is definitely some diversity in this band. We
100%.
Just because we all African American,
yes,
don't mean that we think alike, act alike. That's a whole podcast in itself. Like all the arguments that we've gotten into.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
The disagreements, the frustration. Because
are we gonna have like a counselor or a psychiatrist? But that's exactly, we have a therapy session. Like, Naeem, every time.
Wait a minute, who are you mocking? Is that me crying?
I don't know. It'd be whoever.
Every time. I do, because that probably would be me. No, that's deep. I had to take a moment on that. He's like, is that why we are hard to manage? Because we got a Dennis Rodman and a Kobe. He would be the Kobe.
No, I would not be the Kobe.
Yes, you would be. Guys, you need to practice. Work on your voices.
I think
you aren't singing in the shower every single day, man. How come you can't hit that note? It's the same note we sing every time. How long have we done this song? Goodness gracious, my God.
Okay, I think we all
every
have
every time.
Oh my God. Yes and no. I think we all have like our space where, because that's where we're situated or what we're inclined to, and that thing that you're holding on to more, you probably bring that Kobe energy. It's something else that is not your bag. You do the whole Shaq thing, like you were saying before. Like I'm doing my part. Mm-hmm. It's enough.
Who does that?
I'm saying whatever the thing.
I thought you said I was the Shaq.
No.
I think
you're the Kobe guy. Oh. I'm just saying depending on the depending on the role, the act, or the action, whatever it is, you can move between those two. Mm-hmm. Like there's certain things that you are more and you're more suited for, or things that you put more importance or you prioritize or something like that. You'd be like, yeah, And again, that's again why you sometimes look for people who are, we were talking about earlier, balanced, and they have all those qualities that they make sure that they can show up balanced. And
so for those who don't know, well, say what you're going to say, but I also want to say Abdul Malik is the Kobe of songwriting. This brother be like, oh, did you guys write a song? Because I wrote 16 yesterday, and I was just wondering if we could go over our songs together and
100%.
See what's. Oh, nothing. You haven't written anything. Oh, okay.
Well, I was gonna ask, what are the different? What are the different archetypes, or what do you call it? Maybe that's not the right word, but the different. So you have the Kobe, you have the Shaq, and then you have the Dennis Rodman. Those are the three. The Dennis Rodman is just the person who comes in, like might be.
There's more.
Okay,
there's more.
But I mean,
because Dennis Rodman says that he would study everybody's shot. He would study the ball rotation. He kind of knew, based on how you released it, he knew where to position himself because he knew where the ball was going to
he was going to go on the rebound.
Yeah, he was crazy into his thing. And then he was studying people, and he was saying stuff to get into their heads. He was frustrating people. Like he would put stuff in, but
you can't be at the level that those guys are and think there's just like people just phoning it in. I mean, come on, to be in the NBA then, like, it's way worse now, because before, back then, they were just trying to beat out all the university kids and some high school kids. In America now, it's the world showing up for how many teams and how many open spots. Right. The world is showing up. I mean, good luck to anybody who still dream about being in an NBA. But I would say, like, these guys are, I mean, even like a character like Dennis Rodman, like you said, like he earned his space to be there. I mean, he did the work. He had the talent. He had some level of discipline. It wasn't like no level of discipline. Even for him to go out there, he was just a bruiser. To be able to, I'm going to go out here and grab every rebound, no matter how much damage I take. No matter, I'm going to go up against the bruiser of every team. I don't care. Bring whoever they got. That's my guy for the game tonight, and he's going to take the abuse for them to win. Like, I mean, it does take, like it's before, a good manager, a good coach to be able to see his people or see her people, know how to get the most out of them, and to be able to win, and then also know how to say, like, we aren't a good fit too. We aren't, like, and know, like, everybody can't be on every team. You say, sorry, it's not gonna work for you here. Doesn't make you a bad person. Even if even if you had to let people go, and I've had to do that too before. You have to say, like, you're not a bad person because you're leaving here.
You're just bad here.
No, even because you even have a place where you be like, they'll ask you, is this on a person on a no hire? Like, meaning, like,
a reference.
Yeah. No, back for the organization, they just left because they could come back and like, hey, I left. I worked on my skills. I'm better for accountant. Here's my credentials. Let's go. But when you leave a place, even you leave in a bad way, they'll be like, the HR will say, is this person a no hire for this place? You say, is this person a no hire for Deen TV? Like, yeah, they can never work here again. They came in here, flipped some tables, and spray painted on the front window. I mean, what you'd have to do, like something really wild. But again, you might not work for that team, and there may be a better team that's like, look, I need that person. That person you got rid of, because Rodman wasn't always on the Bulls. He was on Pistons.
Yeah.
I need that guy.
Yeah. Yep.
We need him. We need the energy. We need that. So we need.
Shout out to Izzadeen. He was one of our. You talking about Deen TV?
Yeah.
He had raw talent.
He had raw talent.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Very cool.
Alhamdulillah. That was a good conversation, man. I appreciate y'all.
Taking your tangent.
The tangent and exploring that. And what would you say, as a wrap up, what's the message that comes out of this?
Young people get the work. So
Maybe.
No. I mean, at least for me, I would say one. I would just say young people know that, especially early days. I'm not saying burn yourself. Don't burn yourself out for anyone. You definitely have to look after yourself, but you're going to have to put that foundational energy into something, especially if you really want it to be something long lasting and something that's going to make like a difference and change. And then 2, I would say for people who are working with not just young people, with people, do what you can, figure out how you can get excellence out of people. Don't just because they don't fit a certain look or a certain language or a certain built whatever, and you just cancel them out. I would say especially if they're already on your team, see how can I work with this person to get the best out of them, to include them, and to encourage them, inshallah. So
that last little bit is what I'll just briefly sign on to, is like, how can I get the best out of you? Yeah. And that's a different definition than get them to achieve excellence or something like that. Like, what is this person's capability? What are they able to do? And can I help them achieve as much as they are able to do? Yeah. Hopefully, there's a mental and emotional thing to get them to want to be the best that they can be. Mm-hmm. Because if they don't want to be the best that they can be, then you're just frustrating the whole situation, right? So how do you get a person to realize that they have potential? Do you want to reach it? Yeah, I want to reach it. Okay, I can help you get there. But that's all I would add to it. Yeah. What about you?
No, I agree with that. I think if there has to be a spark in the person, right? If that spark isn't there, and they're just kind of phoning it in. I've had so many people that have so many talents, and it's frustrating as a coach, right? To see somebody with this much talent and they're not pushing it in, right? Probably the whole Kobe, Shaq thing. But you have to understand that's their and so what can you do to spark that? That's the goal of, I think, of organizations and the responsibility of our community and particularly leaders in the community. How do you spark that? How do you spark that to make them want to go from the Kobe to to if they want to do that, to be that Kobe.
And I'll just put this out there as we close, that the way that you had that little moment, moment, is that why it's so hard to manage Native Deen? But
yes,
yeah, that it would be nice for us as a community to honor the legacy of Rasulullah, the messenger of God, that has come to be a mercy to all of mankind. And collectively, how can we realize our potential as a community and want to reach the best of our potential as a community, and then somehow with our diversity put in place the mechanism and a roadmap to get there. Yeah. And this whole conversation you can use, we've been kind of talking about individuals and maybe small teams, but what about a ummah? What about like a worldwide community? Some of us are fine the way we are. I pray, that's good enough. Some of us want to be like the Kobe of ummahs, and how do you do that when we got lazy people? We got people that spraying spray paint on the windows. We got 2 billion of us. We got a lot of different types, but collectively, what type of coaching is needed to make our ummah achieve greatness? So that would be my ask for us to think about that.
A question for another time.
For another time. I appreciate y'all joining us for Back on the Scene with Native Deen. I'm Joshua Saddam.
Naeem Muhammad.
Abdul Malik Ahmed.
But together we are
Native Deen.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Back on the Scene with Native Deen.
Deen TV Foundation would like to thank Recycle Processes Incorporated for their continued support of positive media and storytelling.